Self-care is everything. In this series, I'm bringing out what I learned from my cancer journey last year and how that applies to our worldwide experience of COVID-19. First, a moment to acknowledge that there's a lot of pain and suffering around both cancer and COVID-19. If you're alive and have food to eat and a place to stay and a device to listen to this on, count yourself fortunate. So let's acknowledge that. The biggest gift of my cancer journey was self-care. I learned that the key to my life moving forward is self-care. And I think that's true for all of us. So we're going to dive deep here. In our culture, we scurry through a maze, too frazzled and exhausted to enjoy even the cheese we do get. I'd worked so long and hard to change the conversation on love and inclusion, work I love, that downtime didn't even feel possible. Constant writing and speaking and travel shoved out rest and sleep, let alone creative or personal interests. I've had insomnia for years. It's not good and it's not sustainable. Cancer changed all of that. Cancer required me to stop the frenzy, reevaluate my life, and do the vital things. I took up yoga, qigong, meditation. I listened to my body, and I learned to love every cell of my body deeply. I painted and collaged. I created more art in the last year than in all the time before. I filled 3 journals as I processed everything. My life and my work were transformed. My production actually increased, as did my impact, but my stress decreased dramatically. This is the opportunity with this COVID-19 experience as well. Whatever you can do to follow your heart in this time, do that. Do qigong or yoga and get the energy flowing through your body. Learn to meditate. It will bring you to the present moment outside of your fears and transform your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. Journal, if that's your gig. Whatever your gig is, whatever your heart is longing for, do that. We live in a culture where we overrun our heart so we can accomplish things. Now's the time to stop the frenzy. It's not sustainable. Follow your deepest heart because it knows what you need. Rest. This is the time of collective trauma. Don't take on any guilt because of what you're not accomplishing. I'm always doing stuff and I really enjoy that. I have endless ideas for writing, for speaking, for everything. And I had to learn, and I'm still learning, to turn that switch off, to rest. Allow yourself to binge watch your favorite shows without guilt. We got some good ones going. This is a long game, both COVID-19 and cancer. It took much longer last year than I expected. I thought I'd be back in the full work mode after a month or 2 after surgery. It takes time and commitment to sort out everything in your life, to discover what really works and throw out what doesn't. When else did I plan to do that? The important elements I'd put off became unput-offable. My body underwent major trauma, and it takes time to heal. I wanted to minimize it, but any trauma to the body takes far longer than we realize to heal. A full year, I was told. Not me, I got stuff to do. Yes, me. While a whole year did not feel necessary, in the unseen depths of my body, recovery is still happening. And we certainly are not through this, the COVID-19 crisis. Let's not rush to get back to normal. We resume everything too early, we get a second wave. I knew for sure I wanted to reduce the chance of cancer recurrence. After all, I got here somehow. So I changed my diet, I exercised, and most importantly, my thoughts I changed. I seriously began a mental practice that removed negative self-talk and negative other talk. I journaled every step of the way, and I began to do expressive art like my life depended on it. I think it did. All those parts were incredibly life-giving, and I created a new normal. And we got here culturally somehow too. We won't be the same after this pandemic. We simply won't. We've got some major things to reshuffle. We have changes to make to schools, to businesses, to healthcare system, to the economy, to how we view and treat each other. This is an ideal time to reevaluate and make needed changes. When else do we plan to do that? If you have some way to effect larger change, please do that. But for sure, you can make personal changes for your own well-being. When else are you going to do it? I wish you peace and sanity and thriving through all of this with love and gratitude for you. One more video to go in this series. Keep watching. Remember, you are beloved.